This is Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium in Litchfield Park, Arizona, just west of Phoenix. I'll let you in on a little secret. I really prefer the Wildlife World Zoo over the Phoenix Zoo. As you enter, you can pay admission at windows on either side of this entryway. You'll be greeted up front by this colorful pair of blue and gold macaws. Of course, they have lions and tigers here. By the way, you'll hear some jet noise in the background. That's because Luke Air Force Base is just a few miles away, so I guess that's the sound of freedom. The best time to see the lions and the tigers is first thing in the morning when they are more active. I didn't get there until late morning, and for most of the day, this is what they do, sleep. So here are some pictures I took last year when I went directly to the lion's lair first thing in the morning. I had the same situation with a sleeping Bengal tiger. So again, here are a few pictures from last year when I got here earlier and went directly to the lions and the tigers' cages. They have a really cool white tiger. It's hard for them to survive in the wild because with that white coat, they aren't as camouflaged as the yellow ones are. Kind of disconcerting to see him keep licking his chops as he's looking out the cage at me. Just a beautiful animal, isn't it? And look at those eyes up close and personal. There you can see him walking around a little bit, and it just was really nice to see. And just like your house cat, he does the old licking routine on his fur. The Lory parrot feeding was one of my favorite things there. What they do is have a couple of the zoo workers go in with you, and they give you bits of apple. You just hold those out in your hand, and the Lorys come flying over to you, and it's really cool. There's a little super slow motion showing them fly. And you can see when this one takes off, the undersides of their wings are about as beautiful as the rest of them. They love their apples, that's for sure. Obviously, they're very social birds as well. And just look at the bright, vivid, beautiful colors on them. Just amazing. This gal looks a little apprehensive as one comes flying in. There's one of the workers who is in the cage with you when you go inside. When you go, be sure to get there right on time or maybe a little bit early because it only lasts about 15 minutes for the feeding. One of my favorites was the spider monkeys. This is just inside the entrance and a little bit to the left. Big outdoor area, and it's just a lot of fun to watch them playing. These are a couple of younger ones, I think. He just grabs his tail and launches and then tries to attack the other one. It's amazing how far they can jump without getting hurt anyway. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to click the like and subscribe icons as well as the notification bell so you can see more of my videos in the future. And back up again. Let's pull him off the tree. These are called black-handed spider monkeys, and they come from Central America. If you keep watching till the end of the video, I show a display that has a different type of spider monkey in it. Like most monkeys, these guys feel right at home in the trees and spend most of their time there. And as you can see, they have really 5 limbs. They got their regular hands and feet, as well as that tail is their 5th limb. And they use it for everything. You can see how he wraps it around the tree trunk to kind of help hold his body against it. And then lets go as the other one swoops in. And here he's just hanging around by the tail. I like how he pushes off the tree to just hang there. And then this is a funny one of the baby one grabbing a palm frond in his tail and just taking it up there, swinging it around. Makes for a nice toy. Amazing how they can hang on by one hand or one tail, as the case may be. This is actually a different one with a different palm frond and reaches down to the ground, so they say, let's take it away from that guy. Mission accomplished. Just on the other side of the path from the spider monkeys is the flamingo display. I love the bright colors of them. Pretty tall birds when they poke their head up all the way. I got there just in time because they're walking over as the zookeeper calls to them. She's coming out to give them some food. And then as soon as she gets in, they walk away from her, a little bit apprehensive, I guess. Those ones that look like babies are actually scarlet ibises. They seem to be a little more tame than the flamingos are. And Hugger gets the best of them. They decide to come back, I guess. It's kind of cool how they seine out the food from the water. Got very unique beaks for a bird. And there you can see how different the beak is on the scarlet ibis. These are black and white colobus monkeys that come from Africa. You can see that young one, when they're born, they actually are all white, and then eventually they get the black and white coloring. This particular guy likes to jump up and grab the adult's tail and hang by it. The older one just lays there like nothing's happening. You'll find 2 jaguar cages at this zoo. This particular one is a young one. It's a cub. We'll see more of them later, but just look at those eyes. How would you like to see that staring at you in the wild? There he woke up for just a little bit, and then time to go back to sleep. In the other cage, this is a black jaguar they have, and he's a really cool looking animal. And up close you can really see that even though he's black, he still has the spots of a jaguar. Jaguars are found in South America, and they're one cat that loves to swim. And in with this one, there's another jaguar that has the more common type of coloring. Just really beautiful animals. This is onto the African display. It's mostly birds in here that come from Africa. This is some sort of a guinea fowl. I'm not sure what kind. This is the West African crowned crane, obviously named that way because of the crown of feathers on its neck. Really pretty and very large birds. And here's a pair of tortoises just finished up doing what I always seem to see tortoises doing every time I go to the zoo. At the bottom of the screen you can see a train track. They have a little train ride that goes all around this African display. And of course ostriches, largest birds in the world. They have a funny way of eating that I've always noticed. And a face only a mother could love. Out here in the open is another one of the crowned cranes. And of course everybody recognizes zebras. The stripes on each of them are individual to each animal, so no two of them are alike. These things can run 40 miles an hour, and their main predator is the lion. Thompson gazelles are another classic from Africa. Cheetahs are their main predator, and they're super fast as well. They can run 40 miles an hour, but their lightning change of direction is what really protects them. And of course, no trip to the zoo would be complete without giraffes. This one looks like he's in a cage. Got it put in timeout. Also wants a little iron in his diet, I guess. Trying to eat the steel fence. We'll get a better look at that prehensile tongue in a little bit when we get a close-up view of this feeding station. This is very popular. Oh, hello there. I guess he wasn't in jail, he got out. There you can see that tongue again. Feeding the giraffes can make for some really nice photo ops, whether you're a kid or an adult. And I think this must be a mother and a young one. I thought for a second they were going to fight, but actually they were very friendly with each other, so got a feeling there's some sort of a bond there. Aww. And there you can really see the tongue. Very prehensile. Come on, lady. Quit teasing the poor thing. Give him the food. A giraffe's tongue is 21 inches long, believe it or not. These guys are making quite a racket. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. I think it's maybe Shamong, but they're the largest gibbon in the world. And they got that big throat pouch called a gular sac, G-U-L-A-R sac. And they inflate it to make the noise really resonate, as you can tell. These gibbons are next door, and they're called white-handed gibbons. They're what I'm more familiar with as far as gibbons go. You can see they come in either the off-white or the black. I like how this one was reaching through the cage to pull some leaves off. If you look closely at the bottom, he's also got his left foot sticking out through the cage, so it's really funny. That fur must make their arms and legs look a lot thicker than they actually are, because that's a really small hole to reach through. They're going crazy. And now just hanging around. I read that gibbons are very territorial, so I got a feeling they're just kind of staking out their territory to show the other ones next door what's theirs. My goodness. Yeah, take that, you neighbors. And here they decided to relax a little bit. This is called a Capuchin monkey, and I know that because when I was a kid, I had one as a pet. I don't know if you can even have them as pets anymore, but it was sure a fun little companion. And we're back to the jaguar cage. This is one of the young ones. There were two of them in there as these workers were doing some landscaping beside the cage, and they were sure checking them out. I think they really wanted to come out and play, but might be a little dangerous, even though they're cubs. This is the reptile house, and it's pretty cool. It goes down to the end of this hallway, and then it curves around to the left and comes back in a horseshoe. This is an Argus monitor that can be found in Australia and New Guinea. The males can grow up to 5 feet long. Pretty impressive monitors. This is an Argentine boa constrictor. How long is it? I don't know. They can grow up to 10 feet. I'm not sure how big this one is, but it's really, really long. I'm not sure what kind of reptile this is. No, actually, it's called a curl-crested aracari. They live in South America. He was in the reptile display. And this turtle really needs to watch out. Why is that? Well, because there is a giant anaconda right next to him. The largest anaconda ever found was just over 27 feet, or 8.43 meters. This is called a blue-tongued skink, and he's going to show us here why he's named a blue tongue. Has a very odd-looking tongue, too, not only just being blue, but just the shape of it is kind of weird. Here's a pretty familiar species to most people, the meerkat, found in Africa. They're cute little critters. I often stand at guard, although this one's kind of starting to relax. And hey, you got to take a little time off of guard duty sometimes to just really relax. These are called Colombian black spider monkeys. And there was a group of them just kind of sitting around, eating some fruit, having a good old time. This one seems to be soaking up the Arizona sunshine while he's eating. And here's a two-fisted eater. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of my videos. I'll have one coming out soon that shows more of the birds that are at the Wildlife World Zoo in Litchfield Park, just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. Hope to see you there.